No, we don't put soap in the river. There's salmon. There's salmon and all sorts of fish. This is a good. This is. Yeah, no, this is a protected area. Please, no soap or detergent in the river.
Hey, that soap is poisoning that fish.
No, we should talk to him. Otherwise, I'm gonna call the bylaw. Right?
Yeah, no, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Why? You're poisoning the fish. We're calling bylaw right now. We're calling the police. You have to stop that. We're killing the fish. Call the bylaw.
That person is Indian.
Only in Brampton. No, he's white.
Bro, are you taking a shit in my neighborhood?
No, not shit. I'm just peeing. But
What are you doing? Why's your ass out?
I'm sorry, bro.
Why are you pooing in my neighborhood? Get in your car.
Okay,
Please.
sir. 1 minute.
Please.
I'm sorry.
You're not pooing in my neighborhood.
No, I'm not. No.
You're not pooing. Where's your ass out?
Oh, no, I just, try to clean my clothes. That's it.
You guys know that's very illegal, eh? You guys know this is very illegal, what you guys are doing? What's your guys' names? You're netting fish, yeah. You're netting fish, which is extremely illegal. You go to jail for that. You guys understand that? I've been videotaping you guys for a while. What's your guys' names?
If you say anything bad about this, you're racist.
You're not filming her, right?
Yeah.
Are you filming her?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Because she's a human being and you shouldn't be.
So why not? I'm a human being too. I can.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be filming.
This is clearly the government's fault for not posting a sign saying that you're not allowed to do this kind of behavior on the TTC. They should have posted one of those signs. It's the government's fault. And if you blame anyone else, you're racist.
So this took place in Grand River, Ontario, and I got a question for you guys. I blocked it out, but why are we doing this in public? Like, why is that happening in our country? Like, we're not in India. We're not an uncivilized society. Why? Like, why is it happening, and why is it the same people consistently? The issue with Canada is that we have no education on the norms when people migrate into this country. We're accepting anyone from any region in the world without any sort of proper education on the norms of Canada of what you can and cannot do. I know this may seem simple, that you shouldn't be taking a shit outside, let alone on the beach or a river or any sort of public space, but clearly we need to spell this out, especially when we have record immigration from one part of the region of the world. Did you know Switzerland has this? Switzerland actually has like a multi-year process where you're basically on probation and you're learning about the social norms of the country so you can integrate into that country well. We have none of that here. In fact, I've heard from immigrants directly who have immigrated from Scotland that are still having a hard time getting their citizenship. Meanwhile, refugees and asylum seekers, they get put in a hotel, they get checks, they get money, startup money from the government. So why are we discriminating here? Why aren't we treating everyone in the same fashion and having them all integrate properly into our society? Why should we tolerate this?
I missed the action, but there's 2 tow trucks there. There's about 4 cop cars. One just pulled in there. There's a tow truck right there too. This right here you see in front of me, that's supposed to be a bus shelter. There's no bus shelter no more. Somebody crashed into that. I think this bus is involved too. It was probably a driver from Brampton. That's what happens. Mass immigration. Lunatics come into your country. They drive like how they drive in India. They bribe their way into getting a license. Same with the trucking industry. And then people die on the road because of these guys. Canada is UK 2.0. A guy like me can figure this out. The people running the country and beyond are much smarter. They know what they're doing. This is all planned. It's not by accident.
You drink those here. When you finish, take it, put it in the garbage.
So these immigrants like to mess up our country. Look how messy these people are. Look at the parking job of this car. It's not a Lamborghini. It's no one's parked beside it. Does these people know how to park in the lines? I love the fact that this cameraman is calling these people live. Like, hey, put that stuff in the garbage. This is what Canada needs to do next. Okay, ready for this? This is what they have to do. They need to bring in ICE. We need to bring in ICE. We need to take these people that don't want to be in Canada, don't want to be Canadian, hate Canada, and toss them back where they came from. ICE, ICE, baby. Come on, Canada. We need ICE. We need to toss these people that don't actually want to be Canadian, hate Canada, mess it up, toss them back where they came from.
We got foreigners that feel emboldened enough to protest in our country. Why are we accepting that foreigners come here and think they have a right to protest, to demand rollback? No. That doesn't work. These guys know that our government and our institutions are weak, okay? And that's why they're doing this. This is what happened when you have weak leadership, when you have governments that don't back Canadians and would rather sell our whole country to foreign interests. This is the reality. This is what we're up against. These guys are emboldened. It's so backwards. These guys need to go. All of these guys need to go.
Right, family, welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in. Now, there have been a couple of things that immigrants in Canada of late they've been doing, and finally, Canadians are admitting that they don't like these immigrants' behavior. And these behaviors are things that Canadians themselves are never doing. They just see these immigrants doing. So they're saying, why do something in a foreign country that the people in that country are doing? If you are doing that in your own country, well, you should, before doing that in a foreign country, you should remember that you are in a foreign country, and while in a foreign country like Canada, you need to be Canadian. You need to adapt. You need to fit in, not to change anything or the order of life. You need to assimilate in Canada. And in this video, I want us to watch a couple of reasons and things Canadians are saying they don't like about these immigrants. They don't like these immigrants' behaviors. Then we shall be talking about it.
Look at this shit. Garbage fucking everywhere. I swear Canada is turning into fucking India.
You think?
This is absolutely ridiculous and unacceptable. All the garbage. This is where they dispose of their garbage at pullouts in Northern Ontario. Look at this. Jugs, piss bottles, shit bags, garbage.
Welcome to
out of
the
their
new
trucks
India.
or cars. Look at it. Just look. We can't have this, people.
No.
This is just ridiculous.
I've said this all along. Tourist thieves from abroad are targeting Toronto area homes in a break and entering. Police said all 20 individuals arrested came from outside of Canada with the apparent sole purpose of committing crimes for profit. Toronto region residents have been victimized by tourist thieves from Eastern Europe and Latin America who visit the area on illegal passports and engage in highly organized, lucrative residential break and enters. This is under Project Dusk, which got its name because these gangs routinely target Canada during the winter months when it gets darker sooner. The criminal groups typically enter Canada in the fall and leave in the spring, with the shorter days allowing the suspects to operate under the cover of darkness for longer. This is not a victimless crime. A break-in is more than a criminal act. It's a violation, a personal violation. A victim of a home break-in attended the press conference where she gave a tearful account of how emotionally devastating the crime was for her family. This is not just about stolen belongings, said Natalia, adding that the break-in left her and her widowed mother with deep pain and devastation. She hasn't slept in her room since. She sleeps in my room. When I say sleep, she barely sleeps. I want to feel safe again, but I don't know if I ever will again. What was our government thinking bringing millions of people into the country without background checks? Can you believe this? And we have invited the world's criminals to come into our country, terrorize our families and our loved ones, steal our vehicles, make money, keep it all within organized crime, which is also fueling the fentanyl crisis. Then they go back their merry way back home while they leave devastation and terror across all of our families and communities. This is mind-blowing that this is happening. We need a change of government in this country. We need to start treating these criminals like criminals. We need a complete reform across immigration. We need complete reform across our justice system. It is an absolute mess. It is so bad, it's not gross negligence. It is not incompetence. This is some sick plan, some sick agenda that our government has. That's why we need an election immediately in this country.
Canada is losing its culture really fast, and this is coming from an immigrant. A lot of people are not going to like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. As an immigrant myself, I say this with a lot of respect. Your job is to support the country, not change it. You left your home country for a certain reason. Now you're abroad into a different country. Your job is to adapt within the system. Your job is to speak the language. Your job is to understand the system, not overriding it with your own personal value or your own personal belief. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because that there's a video circulating in Quebec regarding international students protesting in universities stating that the French-speaking class must change. They must be taught in English. Do you understand how stupid that is? You chose to go to Quebec. You chose to go to a place where the majority of the people there, they speak French. So why are you there trying to change the rules? And that's just the tip of the iceberg among so many other things that is currently happening in this country. Now you have people that are complaining, stating that in order for them to get a job, they must speak Punjab or Chinese or Taiwanese or something, where this country national language is French and English.
People that are brand new to Canada, why do you guys do this? I was walking in the Brampton city center and I was, minding my own business, walking in a hall, and then I see 5 to 10 of these Indian guys that are blocking the whole thing in front of a store. Why do you do that? Why did you did that? Didn't your parents tell you, if you should treat other people like how you want to be treated? That's very common sense thing here. So what makes you think you're cool standing in front of a store? You're trying to pick up girls. Guess what? You're gonna pick up shit. That's what you're picking up, shit. So my advice to you is be courteous. Okay, don't block crap. And when you're walking in the alleyway, don't walk 5 to 10 people wide so no one can pass you. And most of you are very fragile. Like if I wanted to just body check you guys because you're blocking one way, I could, and you guys will break in half. We finished. So stop being, selfish piece of crap and actually follow the rules. If you are on the right side, stay on the right side so people on the left side can pass you. Like on the roads, actually, I don't know about that either. You don't know the rules because a lot of you just buy your licenses nowadays. Stop making us look bad. Be courteous. Don't be rude. Don't be an idiot. Just be Canadian.
So, welcome to Canada. We're in Ottawa where the terrorists seem to be hiding for some reason and they're out in public disrupting traffic today. The terrorists don't need to be here. They all demanded for a war. Yep, they all demanded for a war. All these people demanded for a war. They get a war and now they still bitch and complain and block traffic. Look at this shit. You all demanded war. Yep.
Fuck Israel!
You all demanded war. And you get war and now you're blocking traffic. Why are you harassing me? Get the fuck away from me.
Don't touch me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Smack the shit out of you.
Do you know who the fuck you're talking to?
Touch me. I don't give a fuck who you are.
You don't care.
Go.
You know who you're dealing with? Get off my country. Get the fuck out.
This is my country.
Unless you're fucking born here.
What the fuck are you?
King George, Queen Caroline's great-great-granddaughter. Get the fuck out.
I came on the Mayflower too.
Well, I'm happy for you. You guys demanded for a war. You demanded, you got it, and now you're bitching about it. I'm the problem. I allow you immigrants on this soil. I allow every one of you on this soil. And you fucking cause this shit. Stop blocking traffic. This shit. All these people blocking traffic, blocking the road. Shame on you, international news, bitch. These goddamn immigrants don't deserve to be here. They all should be deported. Every last one of them. For all the shit they cause on my streets, on your streets. Ungrateful bastards.
See the cars left scattered? That's how to not do Canada. You take a car, you put it in a carrel, park it straight. People around will start to notice. And then you turn from a stranger to a friendly neighbor. Start appreciating Canada and it'll appreciate you back.
This has to immediately stop in Walmart, okay? This needs to stop right now. At the Walmart at Bovaird in Huron, Ontario, by the way, it's not a bad Walmart. The worst Walmart, I think, in Brampton might be the Mayfield and Bramley one because it's tiny and it never have anything in stock. I was in a self-checkout line. I was next to go in, and then I saw this young couple skip everybody with some goods and services in their hands, and they're about to pass me. Listen, this has happened to me before. It was an older couple at the Bramley Mayfield one, and I just let it go. I was like, hey, you know, there's a lineup. You need to stand in the back of the line. You can't just skip. And they're like, oh, we didn't know. I think you knew. I just think you think you have privileges because back in India, you know, you have people in your village, untouchables, that do everything for you. So you think we are all untouchables or something. Anyway, this time I put my arm out like this, like a clothesline. And I said, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And they were like, what's that from? What is go? Do not. I'm like, haven't you played Monopoly? Like, come on, man. You're in Canada. Monopoly is a very popular, you know, game, board game. And then they were like, oh, we didn't know there was a lineup. And then I turn around like this. I'm like, don't you see the bloody lineup? What do you mean you didn't see the lineup? Then I spoke in Punjabi and said, tenu dindi ni lineup ਐਵੇਂ ਕਹਿੰਨੇ ਆ ਦਸੀ ਨਹੀਂ lineup ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ lineup ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਾਓ go ਪਿੱਛੇ go in the back now. And that's what I said, and they actually went to the back of the lineup and people were kind of laughing. They're like, huh, that's so interesting. I wanted to say that this whole time, but no one says anything. I'm like, I'm sick and tired of this, man. You come to Canada, follow the Canada rules.
I'm getting sick and tired of Canadian people. I'm getting sick and tired. Y'all are so focused on complaining about Indians every day. The wage is still low. The rent is still too high. Can we focus on those issues? Every day, immigration. They can bring 1 billion immigrants here. At the end of the day, the wage is still not going up. What's not clicking, Steven? What's not clicking, Steve? Can we focus on the main task at hand? You think if all brown people leave, all of a sudden the wage is going to skyrocket $28 an hour? Can we focus on the capitalism issue going on in this country, please? I'm tired of y'all with your freaking Twitter fingers, with your fingers on your internet. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of them being here. Oh my gosh, why can't they move out? Oh my god, I'm tired. I don't care if you don't like them. The wage is too low. The groceries are too expensive. They're price gouging on the groceries, and you're talking about Indian people. Please.
These 3 Liberal immigration ministers have destroyed Canada's immigration system. Meet Mark Miller, Sean Fraser, and Lena Diab. Since 2015, IRCC stats show millions upon millions of immigrants coming from just 3 avenues: the Temporary Foreign Work Program, study permits, and the recently unearthed International Mobility Program. In 2024 alone, these 3 avenues recorded over 3 million immigrants. That's not including the millions of permanent residents that have added to our numbers over the past decade. In the first 4 months of 2025 alone, the Liberal government has brought in over 800,000 immigrants. At that pace, we'll be at millions by the year's end. These immigration numbers make Trudeau's outrageous numbers look like rookie numbers. This ludicrous Liberal recipe has led to record high youth unemployment, a housing crisis never seen before in Canada, where many are priced out, a healthcare system that's drowning under the influx of so many people without the infrastructure and staff to support it, and crime that's through the roof throughout the country. To make matters worse, Sean Fraser has since become the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, making Canada more unsafe than it's ever been. Here's the Liberals' stats since 2015. Violent crime, 55% increase. Homicides, nearly 30% increase. Sexual assaults, over 75% increase. Extortion, over 330% increase. Vehicle theft, over 25%. And hate crimes, over 258% increase. Our Minister of Justice is out of touch with Canada and Canadians and is leading us down a perilous path. And here he is doing an announcement for the government housing initiative called Build Canada Homes this past week, standing in front of literal 200 square foot shoeboxes. Isn't it great that the Liberal government that created this housing crisis is the same government that's telling us we should live in tiny homes? This is right in line with when Chrystia Freeland mentioned the Liberals' plan for modular homes, essentially highlighting how our generation and generations to come should get used to living in shipping containers. It's important to remember that a nation is made up of 3 Ps: people, principles, and place. The liberals have been eroding all three simultaneously for the past decade, replacing our people, eroding our long-held principles, and displacing Canadians en masse, many of whom have been forced to move abroad for a better life. This is the managed and planned decline of true Canadians. Our government has become a house of traitors, working against the prosperity of its citizens. Last time I checked, that was called treason. Canada, it's time to end mass immigration and restore law and order before Canada is no longer Canada.
These videos are actually working. So I've been lately going to the Brampton gym, Good Life in Brampton, and what I've been noticing is less BO smell. I think they're watching this video because I've been saying, hey, you gotta put some deodorant on, make sure you shower every day, make sure you soap every day, and put deodorant on no matter where you go. In the past, I was just constantly slapped in the face with BO, but today, for some reason, I don't think I smelt any BO. This is excellent news. I'm so proud of all the people that are following my instruction and not making our people look bad. We need to spread this message. Make sure you share this video, save it, send it everywhere that you know of, and let's make Canada, or Brampton, I was in Brampton, great again.
Mass immigration is a direct correlation to all our issues. I'm saying if you come to this country, you adapt, you assimilate, you embrace our culture, you respect our people, you become Canadian as much as you can. You don't bring your baggage from your country that you fled. You don't bring it to our home soil. And I firmly believe we need to stop bringing people to this country who do not share our values.
I always tell my family, whenever I get the privilege of going to a foreign country, I will try as much as I would to fit in. You know, fitting in is very important, even if it means doing away with some things so that you can fit in and feel like you are among the community. I would do that because, you know, Canada is a very beautiful country. Canada has got diversity. It allows multiculturalism, but that doesn't give you freedom to do everything that you are doing, even if it means walking naked while you are doing that in your country. Well and good, but it doesn't mean you should do that in a foreign country. Canadians are not used to such things. I don't want to repeat mentioning them. You've all heard and you all know the things that they don't do. They do and don'ts in Canada. So assimilation is a very important aspect as a Canadian or as an immigrant in a foreign country, not just Canada. When you assimilate, those people will start seeing you as one of them. It doesn't mean that you should be of their skin color or something like that. It means that they are seeing this understands that he is in a foreign country. They understand that they are visitors or foreigners. They understand the rules. They follow the laws. They don't break the rules. They don't commit crimes. They don't be on the wrong side of the citizens. They just fit in well. They associate with people. They socialize with people, move around freely. You know, people will start seeing, hey, this person fits in. This, well, he might be a Canadian, but from a different country. Because he fits in so well. You see how Filipinos do when they go in a foreign country like Canada? Filipinos do fit in. Have you ever heard of Canadians complaining about Filipinos? They never complain about Filipinos because Filipinos never want to change anything. Filipinos are the kind of immigrants that when they come in your country and be your neighbor, you will just realize or will just notice this is a Canadian. You will think that this person has been in Canada for the last 50 years or so because they understand that you don't need to change a country to fit in. You just need to fit in. You just need to learn the patterns, assimilate, and then you will start doing very well with them. So my advice to immigrants is that just avoid problems. Assimilate. You are not in your country. You are in a foreign country. You know what made you go there. Even if it means you are now the citizens there, you need to just be a Canadian, as these people have insisted. Be Canadians, because when Canadians start creating all these videos, they're saying we don't like these immigrants' behaviors. It means that that's a thing they've seen immigrants doing, they've never seen a Canadian doing. And it means that this is a strange behavior. They find it very strange and they always talk about it. But now there is a thing that social media has normalized nowadays. When you talk about a certain ethnic group in Canada or anywhere else, they'll start calling Canadians racist. They'll say these people hate this certain ethnic group. And that's not right. If you see something, call it out. I cannot just sit on a TTC or a subway and see a person peeing or pooping and then don't talk about it, because when I talk about it, people will start saying I'm racist. That shouldn't happen. Call out behaviors to educate others too. Remind them that we don't do this in our country. Come on. We don't hate you. We are not being racist, but we are just educating you. We've been born in this country. We've never seen such things happening in our country. Why are you doing this? You are an immigrant. Ask around, read, understand our culture. We don't do these things in our country. Even where I come from, when I see someone trying to do something that I've never seen in my entire life and I know they don't do that, I'll remind them, come on, we don't do this in our country. But now, social media has normalized when people call this such of characters out, when people start saying they are racist, they hate on such ethnic groups, but that shouldn't happen. Anyway, you do tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section, and see you in the next.